Hey everybody, it's Mr. Magic. I'm here with my buddy Kyle. A lot of you might recognize him from the One Chip Challenge. This guy is a beast in hot food. So Kyle, this was your idea. Why don't you tell our viewers what we have here, what implements of torture and so on.
These are the ghost pepper cup of noodles. Pretty much, they're probably roughly 1,000,000 Scovilles, but they're gonna test our heat tolerance today and see what we can do.
What are the? You mentioned a couple of particular dangers that this poses over against the One Chip Challenge. Like, what's unique about
Well,
this?
the challenge of this one is you got the steam coming off of it, and then also the noodles will be getting all over your lips and your face.
So in rating, it's lower, but there's more to eat, and
Yes.
you have dangly noodles.
Yes, the eating portion is definitely more challenging.
All right, I'm looking forward to this. All right, so what are our instructions? This is for informational purposes only. We are not advising you should do this. It's a bad idea. But you said we peel back to this line. Is that correct?
Yep. Peel it back partially, and then there's a seasoning packet in here.
Okay. So I wanna. Oh, I'm tearing up my. Try to collect this.
It also comes with a fork.
Okay, so peel back so far. Collect my folding fork. That's a pretty cool little fork. Got my packet of spicy seasoning.
And then we fill the lime and let it sit for 4 minutes.
Cool. So Kyle, are the noodles hot or just the seasoning?
I did not try the noodles, but the seasoning is actually a sauce that's very hot.
Okay.
It tastes kind of like Korean, kind of barbecue-ish flavor.
Hold this over.
Yep, cover that up, and then we wait for 4 minutes.
Okay. I'm definitely looking forward to this. It's pretty exciting to me. Is this the box over here?
Yes.
Let's get that on camera briefly while we're stewing here. And so Kyle was playing Magic way back in middle school and has a number of things here from tiny little like 40-pack starter decks from the Portals expansion. We have some 5th edition right there. Another little Portal starter. This is an empty deck box from Ice Age. Mirage. Another Mirage. And I've poked through these, and there's a few interesting things there. He's got a red, white, green deck. He's got a blue, black deck. Mono red, mono green, and mono white that I've seen so far. We have this fat pack. Has a bunch of the rule books that came in the original starter decks, so those are cool. And then we've got like this stack of cards here, maybe 100 or so cards there, and that's a fling from the Strongholds printing. And then this cube here had a couple of the big hits that I recognized that I just wanted to throw in front of the camera for a minute. There's 3 very old mystical tutors from Mirage and a necromancy from Visions. So those are the big hits that I recognized just in a glance through, and was pretty excited to see them. I'm going to be purchasing these from Kyle in the near future, along with a couple of comic books, a number 1 Magic the Shadow Mage, and another one, number 1 Magic Ice Age. And then there is a very, what do we got here? Magic Tournament Guide, and an old Inquest magazine from October '97. Got a big old xenomorph on the front of it. So very cool stuff. I'm gonna get my scanner app out a little later and put together an accurate and fair offer for you, Kyle. But it's a pleasure to always look through older collections like this, just because, you know, this is something that people have been doing for 30 years, and there's like a small culture floating around it, besides, you know, just some of the stuff that we've seen printed in the last couple of years. But how are we coming along?
We got about another minute.
Another minute. Still pretty excited about this. And you've done this one before,
Yes.
correct?
Yep. A couple times.
Can I get, because I know I'm going to need it, like some paper towels and a grocery bag, because that's my default thing is I start to drip. You know, and that's not my squeal point, it's just my head will open up. When you're eating hot food, do you feel like, okay, this is my reflexive response to hot food, or do you just because when we're eating lunch at Callan, sweating.
If it's a super hot item, like ears will start sweating, eyelids will sweat. For the chip, my fingertips started tingling like your arm or hand goes to sleep.
I remember the tingling sensation from the chips.
And then the endorphins really start ramping up, and then you crash real quick too, though. But it's just kind of like overwhelming your senses, like everything, like the way you know, even out to your fingertips.
So.
All right. So it's been 4 minutes.
All right, and then so we just squeeze the packet.
Yep, squeeze the seasoning pack in there, and then
now,
stir
are we
it up.
supposed to drain this off? Because it says here, poke here with the fork to drain it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we are. I will do it carefully.
All right, I'm gonna try to poke mine. I'm glad that I saw that before. So probably not too much heat in the noodles themselves if they intend for you to drain that off.
Correct. The noodles are black too, if you can see those.
All right. And there's a tiny little serration on here that I'm going to attempt to use.
It's super thick.
It is. That is a. Almost like a syrup.
I can feel little granules in there. I'm
Yep.
assuming those are dried pepper flakes.
Yep. So what are the rules of the challenge? Like, is there do we have a time limit on how fast we eat it? Do we have to do an afterburn? What are there any stipulations?
I don't believe there is a real challenge other than completing it without drinking anything.
Okay. We're definitely not going to do that. Water's for wimps.
Challenge is to empty the ghost pepper spicy chicken cup into your stomach, take a video while struggling to finish the whole cup, and then post it.
Okay.
Well, there is a can or not challenge hashtag that you can put on it.
Okay.
And this is the dry black cup noodles.
Dry black cup noodles. I look like I'm pretty thoroughly stirred here.
Smells very good.
It does. Some spicy Korean barbecue. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
I might go for the metal fork because this thing
The
looks like
first time I did it, I used the plastic one. Let me grab one in case you want to switch after you start.
Okay. I'm gonna try this with the provided fork, but it is feeling a little flimsy. So.
It takes a little bit longer, so if you just want to shovel
Okay.
it in, a regular fork
Okay.
might work to your
Okay,
advantage.
I'm gonna try to go with the original one just so that I have to sweat it out and take longer. Okay, here we go.
Ready? Cheers.
That is really tasty.
It tastes great.
And there's the heat.
So it took about 2 seconds, and the heat went from the front to the back. I can feel it on the back of my throat already.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the ghost pepper usually hits, is in the back.
Yep. So I'm aware of it already. With the ghost pepper, I felt like I had a little buffer, or with the one chip challenge, I felt like I had a little buffer.
It took me a good 20-30 seconds before I could really start to feel
Yep.
the heat building, and that came almost from in my stomach up in reverse. Where this has just kind of started moving right from the front to the back. But it's definitely in the back of my throat.
Yep. Ooh.
Take my head off.
I'm doing all I can to bite the noodles
Yes.
so as not to.
It's already on my lips, I can tell.
Mm-hmm. And this is like the one chip challenge is a product at room temperature. I mean, we were on the dock, so
Right.
it was cold. This is a product that, you know, steeped in probably 160-degree water
Yes.
for 4 minutes.
That's
So-
really activating the taste buds,
Yep.
I think.
The blend of peppers is already very active before you start. Ooh.
My nose is starting to run now.
I am aware of what's going on in this cup.
So looking at you, I can see it's getting a little red around your eyes, and I can see some sweat drops on you.
Yep.
Well, not necessarily tears, but perspiration from your eyes.
No, it's tears.
Okay.
Or my eyes are watering. However you want to describe that.
So, like, I feel like it's still climbing though. Like the more I eat, the hotter it seems to keep.
Yep.
getting.
You'll forgive me. I've got to honk already.
If you make it to the end, you can have yourself a cola.
All right.
We got just a little bit left.
Yep. I am not far off the end myself. I will say it is not as bad as I feared.
This is definitely a good, like a proving ground to see where you stand
Yep.
as far as challenges go. I would definitely suggest try this before the chip, just to get your feet wet.
Yep, and I definitely did that in the reverse order, but
God, and now I'm done.
I'm still probably 3 or 4 good bites from done.
Definitely on my lips. heat is just maintaining right at where it is. It's not going up anymore, but
Right.
just breathing all the air flowing over my tongue, I can feel that heat. Like it cools it and then it just climbs back up. It's like a constant. Good job.
All
It's
right.
like a constant cools down
There
and
it
then it
is.
heats up again.
Yep. Ah.
So I see there's sweat just coming down.
No, I mean, most of that is actually my tear ducts.
There,
That's my, a lot of people give me the business about crying during challenges like this, but
it is a natural reaction.
yeah, this is an involuntary response.
Your senses are
This is
reacting.
how my nervous system responds to that capsaicin. And it'd be like me giving somebody else grief about sweating or whatever it is. That's a factor that's outside my control.
I can feel sweats forming right up here.
Yep. So, and I'm feeling the.
How's your breathing? A little labored or about normal?
I feel just a tiny bit of like tightness.
Okay. I do a little bit of tightness. Not labored, just I can feel
Right.
like my breathing is a little bit elevated breathing rate.
Probably a lot of inflammation in the bronchial tubes right now, just based on the heat of what we just ate.
I can kind of feel like that tingling. I was talking earlier, I can feel it kind of in my face right now. And it's kind of moving into my arms a little
Right.
bit. Not very hard, just like down to like my shoulders.
Mine's, my tingling is in my lips, my mouth, a little bit of my throat. Not much tingling beyond that, but definitely a hot cup of noodles.
Oh yeah. That is something that I've seen people take just a couple bites and call it good. And they still regretted it later.
No, I feel like after the chip, I can probably handle most anything. I've seen some.
I agree. The chip is the worst one I've done. I haven't done much, but I eat spicy all the time. And just the aftermath an hour later with the cramping is...
The cramping.
Is,
The cramping.
is horrible.
Yep. If I make it past that hour, 2 hour point and don't cramp up, I'll be grateful for that, but I will say the cramps were pretty intense that day.
This is not cramps, man. This is now my third experience with these.
So I want to wait until after the heat subsides, but I found these Wiley Wallaby hot cinnamon licorice for our dessert, and sugar is one of the few things that will help to mitigate capsaicin. So I want to wait this out. I want to wait until the heat's gone before we get into that. But I found that, and I've tried all of the Wiley Wallaby besides the hot cinnamon. Oh. Ugh.
Be careful.
Right. That was a hot burp. But I've tried all of them besides that. And I thought, just to add insult to injury, that would be a great way to wrap up this challenge.
I think I'm starting to come down a little bit now.
I am too. The tingling in my mouth is definitely easing off some.
So the only stuff that's left in my mouth is more on the tongue, and then forward on the lips, on the exterior of my lips. That's where I have the remaining burn.
Yep, I gotta. What I'm dealing with right there is tinted orange.
Oh man, probably the steam and breathing in it. I'm sure a little bit.
Yep, it's definitely
So this is definitely different because of the heat and the steam and the noodles. It coats everything. Like the chip, it does coat your mouth with all the dust, but you can chew it and swallow it and even keep it on one side of your mouth.
Yep.
It will eventually work its way around your mouth, but this is something that basically fully envelops
Yep,
your
it
whole,
is absolutely
whole
getting
system.
all over the inside of your mouth.
So your mouth, your lips, your tongue, your nose is running because of it.
Yep. So definitely coming down now.
Good. You did good.
So I enjoyed that. So let's see. I'm not sure if I want to do the mac and cheese that you. I want to. I'll look at the video at an estimated 2 to 5 million Scovilles. That might be beyond where I want to go.
This has 1 million Scovilles on it.
Right.
Doesn't say explicitly that's what it is, but I would guess that it is roughly 1 million Scovilles
Right.
for the whole entire cup of noodles.
Right.
So that's pretty substantial.
Right.
So at least double that, maybe quadruple that. It's gonna be insanely hot.
Right.
That would probably put it up there with the chip as far as difficulty.
Sure.
Like, eating it would probably be more difficult. Coping with the heat would probably be about as hard as the chip.
Yeah, that's more or less.
But that's a guess based on seeing people eat it.
So, you ready for a hot cinnamon
Yes.
licorice? Wiley Wallaby is probably my favorite brand of licorice. I'm a sucker for candy. And fruity candies are definitely my preference. That's the bag. Yeah, and I don't really think of that as hot. That's, it's like a fireball or something.
Yeah, it tastes like a fireball. It reminds me a lot because the things are like hot tamales.
Yeah.
Cinnamon candy, the hot tamales.
Yep.
It has a licorice hint with it though, so it's the chewy cinnamon but with the licorice added to the taste. They're very similar in consistency, except for it doesn't have the hard candy outer. It's all chewy.
It's all chewy. But very pleasant.
Very good. This is helping my mouth very quickly.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to wait until after. The heat was more or less done. We were through it. We had to deal with the pain because a lot of people reach for a jug of water, and water will really only further activate any capsaicin that's remaining in your mouth. Sugar is one of the things that, at a molecular level, sugar will slide into the taste buds and the chemical receptors in your mouth and bind and push capsaicin out of the way.
Okay.
So,
Water is one of those temporary things, and then as soon as you swallow it,
yep, it's gone.
it just the heat,
Yep.
you put yourself back and forth through that temperature feeling of hot and cold, and it makes it almost more brutal than just kind of waiting it out.
Milk is another that actually helps, partly because of the lactose sugar in milk, and then also because of the fat content in milk. Fat is one of those things that can help push the capsaicin out of the taste bud receptors. So that's going to be it for this episode, and so for the chili heads out there, I don't want to endorse or advocate this behavior, but the cup of noodles is delicious. It's something that I enjoyed. I'm not advising you to go do it. I'm just saying that it's something that I enjoyed. And for those of you that are not chili heads, don't try it. All right, y'all have a great day.